Title: A Full Circle. In a quiet village nestled between hills, a baby boy was left in a basket, lying by the side of a worn path. His mother, desperate and broken, had disappeared into the woods, leaving him to the world. The cool morning breeze whispered through the trees, but the baby's cries echoed through the empty air. No one knew who his mother was or why she abandoned him, but the village elder found him and brought him to the orphanage. The boy, named Samuel, grew up in the orphanage, a place filled with kind-hearted caretakers and other children who were also forgotten by the world. Samuel never asked questions about his past, but there was always a longing in his heart, a feeling of something missing. He didn't know who his mother was, but he felt her absence deeply. He told himself that if he ever found her, he would show her kindness, even though she had left him behind. As a child, Samuel was bright and curious. He always asked questions about the world around him, especially about medicine. One day, when he was just 10, a sick child was brought to the orphanage. Samuel's heart broke for the little one, and he decided he wanted to help. He began reading books about medicine and spent hours in the village's small library. The other children teased him, calling him a dreamer, but Samuel didn't care. He wanted to heal people. He wanted to make a difference. Years passed, and Samuel grew up to be a determined young man. With the support of the orphanage and the village, he earned a scholarship to attend medical school. It wasn't easy. He worked long hours, studying late into the night, trying to keep up with the rigorous demands of his courses. But Samuel never gave up. He always thought back to that moment when the sick child had been brought to the orphanage, and it fueled his desire to help others. After many years of hard work, Samuel became a respected doctor. He returned to his village, now a grown man with a title that carried weight. He set up a small clinic, determined to give back to the community that had raised him. People came to him for help, and he treated them with compassion and skill, always remembering the struggles of his own childhood. One winter, when Samuel was in his late 30s, a frail woman was brought to his clinic. She was old, with tired eyes that seemed to carry a deep sadness. The woman was in poor health, her body weakening with age. Samuel studied her carefully, asking her questions about her symptoms. The woman's face looked familiar, though he couldn't place where he had seen her before. As he treated her, something in her gaze stirred a memory. The way she held her hands, shaking and fragile, reminded him of the way he had held the basket as a baby, the basket his mother had abandoned him in. His heart skipped a beat. "Where are you from?" Samuel asked gently, trying to mask his growing curiosity. I lived in a small village," the woman answered, her voice trembling. "I had a son once. I don't know what happened to him. I had no choice but to leave him. I was scared, and I couldn't take care of him." A wave of emotion washed over Samuel. It took everything within him to stay calm. His mother. This was his mother. The woman who had abandoned him so long ago. For a long moment, Samuel didn't know what to say. His heart was torn between the boy he had once been and the man he had become. But after a deep breath, he looked into her eyes and whispered, "I'm here to help you." His mother looked at him with a mixture of disbelief and guilt. "I'm sorry, my son. I was so weak. I didn't know what else to do." Samuel took her hand gently. "You may have left me once, but I'm here for you now. Let me help you heal." Over the following weeks, Samuel cared for his mother. He gave her the same compassion and care he had given to countless others, never once mentioning the pain he felt as a child. He knew that this was his chance to heal the wounds of the past, to show his mother the love she had denied him all those years ago. As his mother slowly recovered, Samuel realized something important. He didn't have to understand why she had abandoned him. What mattered was that he had become the person he was meant to be, a man who could help others, even those who had hurt him. He had learned to forgive, and in doing so, he had found peace. In the end, Samuel's story came full circle. The abandoned baby boy who had once felt alone in the world had grown into a man who healed not only bodies, but hearts, his own, and his mother's. And though the past would always be a part of him, he no longer allowed it to define him. Samuel had found his purpose, and in doing so, he had learned that sometimes, the greatest act of healing is forgiveness. The end.